Good afternoon, everybody. We Paddy from across the Shuck, and I've got another knife review, and this is one that was sent to me by Kubey, which I really do thank him for. Yeah, I don't reach out an awful lot to people to send me knives anymore, but when they approached me and they said they'd like to send me a knife, they have sent me one before. I got this Kubey. This is the Kubey K122, I think. It's in D2. It has the thinnest blade stock of nearly any production knife that I've had. It's just lovely. It really is not. It's not as thin as my Jack Wolf's, but it's very, very close. It is a lovely little knife. And the way it's designed, you can get most of the knife down on the table. If you just hold it aside, you could use this in the kitchen. There's enough rock there you get the whole blade down, which it was a lovely knife. And I've kept it because I like it. I have another one that I bought myself, but they said they were going to send me a knife, and I thought, great, that'll be lovely. Yes, I wouldn't mind trying it again because the two knives I've got, I love. I thought they would have got back to me and let me know what knife they were sending or asked me, is there anyone in particular? But as it happens, they didn't. And she sent me a wee, I think it's a lady, had sent me a wee thing saying the knife's on the way to you. I thought, okay. And then she came back and said, I forgot to ask you. I've just sent you a knife, but here's a link to it. Go and check it out and see what you think. And I'm just going to be completely honest. I sent back a note saying, look, not really my cup of tea, but I'll give it a fair review, and I'll review it as a knife and not something that maybe I would want in my collection, which is fair enough. Do you know what I mean? I don't do bad reviews if I don't have to. And if it came and I didn't like it, you wouldn't be seeing this review. I'll just say, no, thank you very much. Would you like your knife back? But as it happens, as it often happens, sometimes when you see something on a computer and then you get the thing in your hand and you're thinking, oh, I like this. Why? It's not my cup of tea. And it's strange. And that's the lovely thing about getting knives in hand. It's something I don't get to do a lot over here in this country. But I got to do this one. You know, I get to do when companies send ones. I get this in hand before I've even usually seen them on the screen. So anyway, it's Kubey, and it comes in this lovely box. This is an upgrade on what I got the last time. And the knife, I don't think, well, it's not that much dearer. This is a mid-range knife. It's about $90. This lovely box, and you get thick. Now this is a difference. Listen how thick that is. It really surrounds the knife well. You get a little Kubey card. You get a cleaning cloth. It's nothing ultra fancy, but by God, it's good for a medium price knife. I really do like it. These are hard boxes, so really nice. I just think that's lovely, and I appreciate packaging. I know a lot of people say, oh, I don't need it, but on a knife that's $90, I think it's worth a little bit of packaging. You know, this is as far as you need to go. Love that monkey, by the way. This is as far as it needs to go. Jack Wolf's doing an amazing thing, but it's a lot of money for the Jack Wolf, which I think, yeah, well, you put the effort in. I appreciate it. So anyway, let's get that. I do some waffling. So here's the knife. There's what you want to see. Now look at that and you'll think, that's not a Paddy knife. That's not what he normally goes for. The other Kubey, which I think, this is my budget knife of the year, I think this was, it is just stunning. This is a 322 or something like that. Look at the action on this knife. It's just phenomenal. It is an absolutely stunner. You can flick it out. You can do all sorts with it. But just a stunning knife. I love this knife. So this one, that's the two I've got. So you've got, so it's sort of middle of the range in size. I'll do some measurements now. This little small one is 4 1/10. This one is 4 2/10. And then this big baby is 4 3/4, just over 4 3/4. Really just stunning. Two stunning. They really are for budget. These two are budget. They are stunning. Go back and see my videos on them. They're really worth it. And this one, what sort of a video is this going to be? Well, I picked it up and it's quite weighty. I'll do the weight for you now. The weight is 4.8. So it's a weighty enough knife, but it's weighty because it's solid. It's full liners in there. They're weight relieved inside quite a lot. And where does the weight come from? Because this is G10. Would you believe that? That is G10. Look at that. And I love this pivot. I love to have their logo on the pivot. This is just stunning. Look at that blade stock. This is a real chunker. Lovely deep pocket carry clip. I love that on them. Really lovely. The black hardware going with this red and black is stunning. And you can see that's not a normal blade. Like, don't forget, this is a $90 knife. I haven't got them for sale here in the UK. You'd have to go onto Kubey's main site, just Kubey.com, KubeyKnives.com, and you can buy them from there. I'm sure they'll post them out of here. But I'll get more information, hopefully, as I build up a relationship with Kubey. Look at that. Isn't that just stunning? Very neutrally. Well, it's a handle that's split in two. You've got the curve here where your front two fingers, I have a large hand, gets in there. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorilla grip, fantastic. Do not feel the clip at all. Fantastic. But look at that blade. Is that not? Look at that. Come on. For $90. That is just stunning. It really is. Came sharp as anything out of the box. It really is. It's one of those sticky sharp knives out of the box. I absolutely love it. Now, I looked at these thumb studs either side and I thought, what a monstrosity. That's just what my thought was. I mean, you've got, look at that blade thickness. I'm going to do this because it is quite thick. Let me just put this down and get this magic machine on. Come on. Why is it not coming on? Do I have to hold it in? Don't know why it's not working. That was working. Oh, well, doesn't really matter. Sorry about that. It's not working. It was working yesterday. So this, I thought, really thick blade stock. That must be 3.5, 4 mil thick. Must be. But these are huge. And I thought, why that? Why would you decide that? Now, the access to this is not brilliant. They haven't taken that down too much. But strangely enough, when I put my thumb across, just the fat of my thumb, I don't have to get my nail or anything in. It comes down and it is just beautiful. Big heavy blade. It's going to make it more apt to do that. But let's get back to these thumb studs. If you've never been successful doing the finger flick and the middle finger flick, this is the knife for you. This knife, honestly, when you hear this, just for a thumb tip, you can put your thumb just right behind it and listen to that. Beautiful. Now, the thumb flick, because it's so big, I can get my finger right in behind here and it just sits in here and I literally just straighten my finger and it just thumps out. Absolutely. I'm not a great fidgeter, but I know there's people out there and that's, they really like doing that. I'm doing this now to open it because it's the easiest way. I just set my finger behind it and straighten it and it works. Stocky, comes down to a good tip, but not ultra thin. You could definitely pry with this. Now, would you pry with it with a Damascus blade? I don't know. I think I would because, well, one, I didn't buy it, but I don't know whether that's the reason why. I think maybe I would go for just ordinary steel if I was going to buy one. But now that I've got this, I'm happy and I'm going to use it doing whatever I want to do. We'll see how it holds up. I'll keep this for a while and I'm going to do reviews on it. I'm taking it down the caravan with me when I go and we'll get some wood chopping and everything with it. Because this is, honestly, look at that. You have a great depth here. You have a great place to get your hand. If you want to sit up here, it is perfect. Can you go up there? Absolutely. No problem. If you want to do detailed, sort of heavy, deep cuts that you're going to pry with, perfect. But up here is absolutely gorgeous. The hammer grip. Honestly, I can't tell you. I feel Do you ever get a knife and a hammer grip and you feel as if you could just punch with it and it wouldn't affect your hand at all? That's the way it feels. Honestly, it just feels like I could punch something with that and I'm fully in control of my hand. I don't think I would damage myself at all. That's gone back to my bad side of my life. But it was the only thing I could think of saying. And if you ever had something in your hand when you punch, you know it can do you some damage. But this, I believe you can get away with it. I'm not recommending you do that. Get over it. I'm only joking. But I just can't believe this is G10. I think they're calling it, what are they calling it? I seen the name in the back. They're just calling it G10. But it's like it's like the Damascus, or like I don't know what you would put it, the topography sort of look. It's just stunning. The red and black really does make it. I think they do a black blade. There's all sorts of different blades. Black washed, you've got just an ordinary clean player. You just an ordinary finished blade. And the prices vary quite a lot. I think they go up to titanium ones, which are, $200 odd. But this, to me, is the $90 one. Is it, I probably would get a black wash blade if I was going to buy one. But I think this is beautiful. And I don't know how it'll go in use. Just stunning. Is this a fancy carry? Not really, which is why I'm, a bit confused with this. But I'm going to use it, see what it's like. If it scratches up, what it looks like after I've had. But at $90, I believe I'm getting an absolutely super useful chunky knife that will do any task I would ever want it to do. It's heavily inside now there. It's heavily weight relieved on both sides. The jimping is absolutely perfect. It locks you in. When you push into it, it locks you in it. Doesn't hurt, but it is just about the most perfect size. You can see it sort of angled back and it locks you in. Doesn't grip you in, as if, but it's perfect. Really is nice. But the thing to me was, not being a sort of flicky person, this literally just put my finger right behind it, straighten it out, and I don't feel it. There's no feeling in it. You can't, because you have to break the detent. The detent is super on it. Listen to this again. It really is lovely detent. And when your finger's behind it, you have to break it. And once you broke it, the finger comes out naturally. And it's just, I don't know. Am I getting pleasure from something I should have learned ages ago? Probably. I'm not very up to date with all these locking knives now. But I'll tell you, for a knife that I wasn't really looking forward to coming, and I thought, I don't think I'd ever use, that's not my cup of tea, but, it's nice of them to send it. I'm going to recommend it. So far, look, this is just an unboxing, but so far, it looks amazing. I want to see how the steel holds up. I'm not sure what the metal, I cannot speak today. I don't know what the metal's made of. But I'll find that out for when I do the full review. But as a first impression, damn it, it's confused me because I actually really like it. I really like it. So there you go. Paddy's away. I hope that made some sort of sense to somebody. Did I give you a full length? I'd give you a full length. What's the handle length? That handle length is 4 inches, which is fantastic. And the cutting edge is literally just under 3 inches. So it's at 4 and 3, which is, again, that's my perfect size of a knife. So that's another thing it's got going for it. But in my Kubey collection, I've got this one and I've got this one that I love both of these. I like these both from the start. This I didn't like on the way here, but when I got it in hand, damn it, I like it. So Kubey, thank you very much. And the young lady who sent it, thank you for picking this knife, because it's nice to be challenged. I don't want to have the same knives coming across my desk all the time. That's just boring. I mean, that's probably why I get into slip joints a lot, because, I find there's more out there for me to look at, search for. And but I'll have to say, if you're liking a chunky knife, boy, is that comfortable in hand. Really comfortable in hand. So once again, thank you to Kubey. Thank you to you for putting up my rubbish reviews. Yous are all blue and stars in my eyes. Thank you so much. and I shall see you on the next one. See you tomorrow for 3 for Thursday. Take care now. Bye-bye.